stand for the presentation of colors, followed by our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. To the flag of the United States.
You may be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the commencement exercises for the Green Run Collegiate class of 2025. At this time, we would like to recognize our special guests. We ask that all honored guests stand and remain standing until everyone has been acknowledged. Please hold your applause until the end. At this time, I would like to recognize the Green Run Collegiate Governing and Foundation Board members. Ms. Ashley McLeod, President, Dr. Wendy Howard, Chair, Dr. Pete Baker, Ms. Ebony Carter, Mrs. Janet Carter, Mr. Leonard Caver, Mrs. Sierra Chavez, Mrs. Audrey Curtis. Next, please welcome the members of the Virginia Beach City Public Schools Administration. Division Superintendent, Dr. Donald Robertson, Jr. Chief of Staff, Mrs. Cheryl Woodhouse. Chief Schools Officer, Mr. Matthew Delaney. Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Danielle Colucci. Senior Executive Director of High Schools, Dr. Walter Brower. I would also like to recognize Virginia Beach School Board members, Mr. Mark Bonesteel and Mr. Mike Cowan. Please join me in a round of applause. We would also like to welcome you, our parents, guardians, family members, and friends here with us this afternoon to commemorate this occasion. At this time, I would like to present to you our co-valedictorian, Jazriel Wells.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, faculty, families, and my fellow graduates. It's truly an honor to stand before you as the co-valedictorian of Green Run Collegiate's class of 2025. Tonight, I want to talk about something that has shaped my journey, and I believe the journey of each and every one of us here, the courage to be a risk taker. When I first heard about the IB Learner Profile, the trait of being a risk taker stood out to me. The IB describes a risk taker as someone who approaches uncertainty with forethought and determination, who explores new ideas and strategies, and who is resilient in the face of challenges. At first, I wasn't sure if I could live up to that description. But as I look back on my time here, I realized that being a risk taker is exactly what has defined my experience, and I know many of you can relate. When I was accepted into Votech for dentistry, I was excited. It felt safe. I knew what to expect, and I was ready for a clear path to a career I was interested in. But then, something unexpected happened. Ms. Patricio, our principal, and Ms. Wilson, my counselor, saw something in me that I didn't always see in myself. They encouraged me to join the rigorous IB diploma program. They believed in my potential, even when I wasn't so sure. To be honest, I was afraid. Seniors who had gone through the program warned us about how hard it was. They told us, upcoming juniors, not to do it, that it wasn't worth the stress. I almost listened. I almost stayed where it was comfortable. But after some serious thought, I decided to take the risk. I joined the IB Diploma program, not knowing what the future would hold. It was scary, but I knew that if I didn't try, I'd always look back and be disappointed. That decision changed my life in ways I never expected, but the most important thing it gave me was confidence, the belief that I could face uncertainty and come out stronger on the other side. I learned that even when in doubt, taking that risk is worth it. The lessons, the growth, and the opportunities that come from stepping out of your comfort zone are priceless. Standing here today, I know I'm not alone in this. Looking around this room, I see so many faces who have taken risks, big and small. Some of you have faced personal struggles, family issues, health challenges, or other obstacles, and still managed to keep moving forward. We've all had moments where we had to choose between staying safe and stepping into the unknown. Taking risks taught us resilience. It taught us that failure isn't the end. It's just a step on the path to success. As we prepare to leave Green Run Collegiate and move on to college, careers, and new adventures, we'll face even more uncertainty. There will be times when we want to play it safe, to stay in our comfort zones, but I hope we remember what we've learned here. For those who are uncertain about your own future, take that risk. Apply for that dream school. Try for that internship. Speak up for what you believe in. Even when you're afraid, take the leap. The lessons you learn and the confidence you gain will be worth it. At Green Run Collegiate, we learned that it's okay to be afraid, but it's not okay to let fear hold us back. We've learned to believe in ourselves, to support each other, and to embrace challenges with courage and determination. So, as you move forward, continue to be a risk taker, not just for yourself, but for each other and for the future you want to create. Congratulations, class of 2025. Let's go show the world what we're made of. Thank you.
Thank you, Jazzy. And now I have the privilege of introducing our co-valedictorian, Lindsay Anderson.
Good evening, families, friends, teachers, administrators, and distinguished guests. You stood by us through stressful days and late nights, made us laugh when we needed it most, and taught us lessons we'll carry with us throughout our lives. Class of 2025, it is the greatest honor to be standing in front of you as co-valedictorian. To get to this moment took drive and determination, and for many, a goal. I can vividly remember sitting in my 6th grade French class, setting the goal that I wanted to get all A's through middle and high school. Not even an A- would suffice, as many of my teachers are aware. I know, I was intense. At the time, I didn't fully understand the weight of that goal, especially combined with the rigor of GRC. At GRC, I quickly became involved with a variety of different communities, from theater to sports, student government to founding a multicultural club. I experienced it all, and trust, my calendar was working double time. As a result, I quickly learned that if I wanted to balance my academics with my extracurriculars, it would take sacrifice, especially when the dread of the diploma program began. I became so committed to my goal that I sacrificed my health and sometimes my sanity. I put so much pressure on myself that I lost confidence in my abilities, and overwhelming anxiety became normal. Instead of hanging out with friends, I went home and studied. Sometimes the casual 2-hour-long Instagram scroll hooking my attention more than I would like to admit. Sorry, Mommy. What can I say? The competition I created with myself became so intense, I felt guilty taking any kind of break. Even if I was giving as much of myself as I could to the goal, I felt like I wasn't doing enough. The idea that many people did not understand why I was so committed to getting A's drove me to keep going. Honestly, it took getting to the lowest point to realize I needed to refocus without losing my drive. I needed to work on myself with intention. I thought that I didn't care what other people thought of me, but I did. I just refused to show it. At that point, the goal switched from proving other people wrong to proving myself right. One of the most profound lessons I learned during my time at GRC is that the perceptions of others will never define who you are. Instead, you do. Let them be wrong about you. As IB students, we have been taught to think with open minds and live by the IB learner profile traits. But the value of those qualities extend farther than academics alone. Those IB traits continue to shape the class I see before me, a group of individuals who have accomplished many things and will continue to do so in the years to come, maybe even with Ms. Patricio's "trust the process" echoing in your subconscious. Personally, I would like to view graduation as not the closing of a chapter, as so many past speeches have said. Rather, it is the catalyst for the rest of our lives. We did it. We survived the quizzes, tests, essays, midterms, and IB exams. The class of 2025 is one to remember. From winning championships to earning exceptional scholarships, we now have the opportunity to go out into the world as leaders and change makers. Wherever life takes us, I encourage you to walk a path that leaves seeds growing in its wake. Challenge yourself to set goals that drive you. Have a willingness to adapt in the face of adversity, and leave a legacy of resilience that transcends you. Above all else, you can do hard things. But more importantly, you should do hard things. Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Whether facing personal struggles, addressing academic challenges, or adjusting to changes in school routines, resilience is a powerful trait deserving recognition. So today, we are pleased to present the inaugural Unbreakable Spirit Award to two seniors who have demonstrated resilience and perseverance, amid extraordinary circumstances. In fact, the stories of these two students were so impactful, we created this award to celebrate them. Changing schools during high school can be challenging, and losing a loved one is difficult at any age. Facing the loss of two caregivers while trying to finish high school at a new school would derail most students, but not this one. She showed up every day, worked diligently, always smiled, and never complained. For your ability to weather life's storms with grace, we celebrate you, Corinne Fowler. This young man is quiet, reserved, and humble. Throughout his time in high school, he has battled health issues that kept him out of school for long periods, but the smile never left his face. He has consistently given 100%, even when it would have been easy to give up, such as when a surgery in October caused him to miss his entire senior year. Today, we celebrate your unbreakable spirit, Chris Lewis. At this time, we would like to present an award unique to Green Run Collegiate. The Laureate Medallion is presented to 3 seniors nominated by their teachers. The recipients of these medals have consistently exemplified IB learner profile traits. This award is not necessarily for academic achievement. Rather, it recognizes students who have demonstrated excellence in service, compassion, inquiry, and leadership, thereby bringing honor and distinction to our school. Mr. Jackson, could you come to the front of the stage? There are not enough words to describe how hardworking and dedicated this student, like many of her classmates, has been in the pursuit of her diploma. But the way she took on those challenges and accomplished those tasks is what often separated her from the rest. The positive energy and smiling, inquisitive face were energizing for all of us within her sphere of influence. While there were days when it felt like those challenges were going to conquer her, this student persevered because her goals were in sight. What is even more impressive is that she built bridges and developed lasting relationships at the same time, thus embodying many of the IB learner traits we talk about so much. Her principled decision to take the most difficult path enabled her to be a better thinker and communicator without sacrificing the caring center of her personality. Few would argue that this student is a deserving recipient of the Green Run Collegiate Laureate Medallion. You are a role model for others to follow, Janelle Clement. Ms. Drum. Ms. Drum, if you could come to the front of the stage. Though she may not always be the loudest voice in the room, this student consistently leads through thoughtfulness, perseverance, and intellectual depth. Her work reveals a sharp, critical mind and a quiet determination to meet challenges head on. It has been a joy to witness her growth throughout the last couple of years, maturing both personally and academically, making thoughtful decisions about her future, and earning every success that has come her way. You are more than deserving of this recognition, Jazriel Wells. This next student's passion for Green Run Collegiate is matched only by her commitment to making it better for everyone. Her leadership has shaped our school in visible ways. She consistently goes above and beyond, often stepping in to help without being asked, whether it's cleaning up after a project or lending a hand to a classmate. This student's drive to be her best self is inspiring. She is not afraid to ask hard questions or to stand up for what she believes is fair, even when it's difficult. Her courage, integrity, and initiative have set a high standard for all of us. While leadership can sometimes be challenging, she has shown us that true leaders are willing to take risks for the good of their community. As she graduates at the top of her class, we are grateful for the mark she has left on our school. Thank you for your dedication, your voice, and your vision, Lindsay Anderson.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. Hallelujah. Class of 2025, you made it. You made it. You made it. You made it. Congratulations on reaching this milestone. Being here is the culmination of not only your hard work, but those of your peers, your teachers, and your family. Now, make sure you take the time to show your gratitude for their support because they never gave up on you. Can we give them a round of applause, please? I can imagine that there were times when this moment felt impossible. Stop, Haley's right there with me. I cannot look at you, Haley, I'm really sorry. It was too unreal, too hard, too far to fathom. You had to complete oral commentaries, historical investigations, personal and reflective projects, just to name a few. Teachers, admin, and parents pushed you in ways you did not think possible. And yet you did not give up. You are here today because you did not give up. You can do hard things because you all have grit. You are resilient. Hold this message in your head and in your heart. You do not give up because you do hard things. Continue to be resourceful as you grapple with the problems you will face. There will always be more than one solution to your troubles. Be creative to the possibilities and become open to the idea that the answer may not be the best for you, but may be the best for the situation. Surround yourself with people who will inspire you to never give up, with people who won't allow you to give up. We can't go through this world alone. Well, you can, but it's not pretty. We evolve into the best versions of ourselves through the experiences we go through together. Legacies are created through the hardships, celebrations, and difficult conversations people face with one another, through the relationships you cultivate. There will undoubtedly be times in your life when you want to give up. You will question if the sacrifices you make deserve the time and effort. Know who you are. Take advantage of the opportunities in front of you, no matter what they look like. Don't just pursue the easy ones. Actively seek the complex and the messy. Remember, you can do hard things. Chasing the impossible is more rich and meaningful than just settling. Guys, do not just settle. Completing an IB education is only just the beginning. In not giving up, you will grant yourself the freedom to know your value and your worth. Know that we will miss seeing you in the hallways every day, asking us questions, making us laugh, and definitely driving us crazy. I hope the group of people who come after us know just how lucky they are to be part of your lives. Congratulations again, class of 2025. May you be blessed in all your future endeavors. All right, faculty and staff, please prepare for the distribution of diplomas.
Jaden Anderson. Lindsay Anderson. Tucker Asprez. Sarai Audifferin. Love Bell. Spencer Bigley. Kyrie Blunt. Alani Brittle. Jakai Brown. Jordan Burns. Gabriel Burton. Sarah Calpo. Rayan Chidani. Rylan Chilcote. Anastasia Clark Farina. Janelle Clement. Dominic Cortez. Ariana Kotman. Maria Absidy Kabile. Irish D'Alessio. Caden Davis. Noah Devers. Sebastian Del Carpio. Parker Evans. Garrett Foster. Corinne Fowler. Myasia Fox. Rami Gokus. Astra Gorley. Joel Hollow. Wilmer Herbert. Summer Herrera. Ayana Johnson. Isaiah Johnson. Tyasia Jones. Caitlin Kimmel. Jaden Cuban. Bryce Lee. Christopher Lewis Jr. Haley Likens. Nicholas Logston. Cameron Maestas. Tristan Caleb Mangalit. Alexis Martin Young. Kayla McClellan. Zachariah McDonough. Amira Mandia Mancia. Lila Medina Mancia. Jonah Middleton. David Miller. Cameron Milton. Taylor Morrow. Grant Newton. Oluwafaranmi Oleinka. Oluwanifemi Oleinka. Samuel Olson. John O'Neill. Callie Pearson. Pauline Pith. Aris David Paludin. Landon Pittman. Daviana Pope. Colin Purser. Royalty Rawlings. Ambrose Ray. Nicholas Richmond. Jasmine Serrano. Alexandria Shand. Jeremiah Sherman. Kimi Simmons. Verlandon Smith. Xavion Smith. Shanila Stewart. Mason Sullivan. Evelyn Tate. Jose Tejada Fuerte. Jazriel Wells. Noah Wilson.
Graduates, please stand. Oh, thank you. I'm good now? Okay. Sorry, I was eager. I'm ready for this. Are you all ready? Okay, so you can left to right. No, not now. You can yell, because I always tell you can't, right? Like for past 4 years, I told you guys you can't. You can yell, you can be happy, you can throw your caps. Are you ready? Okay, parents, you can do the same too. All right. Not yet. It is my privilege to certify that these candidates have fulfilled the requirements set forth by the Commonwealth of Virginia and the School Board of the City of Virginia Beach. It is with great pride that I present to you the graduating class of 2025. Graduates, you may switch your tassels. I now declare you graduated. This concludes, not yet. Y'all are moving. This concludes our ceremony. Graduates, you'll be exiting through Ballroom D. To your left, family and friends, please exit through the doors behind you. You may meet your graduate outside the building. Hang tight.